I'm Sarina Fazan, taking a risk, making a difference, and changing the course of your life. Remarkable stories from people defying the odds. You're listening to On the Record. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarina Fazan, a journalist, producer, and the host of On the Record. Thank you so much for joining me for this podcast. It's A Love in America, and I'm here with Kristin and Kevin Votta, and we're ready to go on the record. Let's get started. Hey, guys, thanks for joining me.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
So it's so nice to see you, Kevin, again. Oh, absolutely. I could not wait for this podcast. So Kevin was in the studio a while back and shared, I felt, the best Christmas present ever. Kevin, tell us what you gave Kristin for Christmas.
Yeah, so Kristin is getting ready to launch a book here in the next few months, and I wanted to surprise her with a marketing package for that.
Best husband of the year, and we did a video, which we'll share again. Kristin, what was your reaction when you got that video?
We actually do have it on video. I don't think we told you already. I was half crying, half laughing the entire time. I was shocked. It was just so sweet, and I was so confused. And the more he kept talking, I just cried. My kids told me, this is luckily her happy cry. I was just really, really thankful that he supports me that much. It was really sweet.
Well, after seeing the video and after doing the video, I said to our team here, I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys need to be on a Love in America podcast because, again, husband of the year, what an amazing gift, right? Okay, so tell us your journey. You guys have been married for 10 years or will be married for 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can Kevin answer the anniversary date?
What's that? The anniversary date? October 1st.
Good job.
Yay, good job. Okay, start with, how did you guys meet? And did you meet here in Florida?
What's that?
Did you meet in Florida?
We did. Yeah, we met at a self-improvement seminar. Something I had been a part of for a little while, and Kristin was introduced as a guest, and they introduced her as a Penn State graduate, went to Penn State. They said a bunch of other things that grabbed my attention. Before I even saw her, I knew that I was going to like what I saw. And after the seminar, I went over and introduced myself to her. She'll tell you I jumped over rows and rows of chairs.
Lots of chairs to get to me. It was very sweet. But I had just moved to Tampa. Yeah. And so I went to one of these seminars that I loved. I figured I'd meet other great people who were up to great things.
Little did she know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, so, oh my gosh, okay, well, let me go back just for a minute. So you are hearing that she went to Penn State and you went to Penn State. So immediately that attracts your attention. Oh, here's someone that went to my same school. Great school, by the way. Way to go, guys. So did he literally jump over chairs to get to you?
Maybe one.
Oh, it was. Okay, one chair. But it was still very sweet. He definitely made sure to come talk to me afterwards. But to be honest, I definitely was crushing on him way before he was interested in me, I think.
Really?
I was.
I had moral issues with, we started working together first. So what Kristin was doing and what I was doing at the time kind of complemented each other. And where Kristin excels are not the areas that I excel in. So right away, there was a great partnership there when it came to the businesses. Mm-hmm. And I was very clear on that I didn't want to mix business and pleasure. And that lasted maybe.
Well, be fair.
Okay, be fair.
I told him, I said, I would love to would love to get married and start a family with someone that I was in business with. We go on vacations at the same time and really create life together. And at some point, he flipped over to my side. And so our get-togethers became more of dates. And then as we look back, he calls things that were definitely friendly, like we went to a baseball game. Mm-hmm. He said, that was a date, that counted. But I didn't know. I thought we were just being friends and,
But guys, we have jumped so many steps because I want to go back to the jumping over the chair to meet you. Is that so Kristin, you had already seen Kevin before. Had you not met him though? Was this the first time you guys had met?
Yeah, this was the first, I got a business card, he's an entrepreneur, so and our shameless plugs all the time. He had his great shirt on from your business, and he gave me his business card, and I don't even think I had one. And so we started talking business.
Started talking business. Okay. So when you said, though, you were crushing on him before he was on you, had you spotted him in the crowd?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So he actually was up in front of everyone sharing about what he wanted for his life, and, what annual salary. It was a lot of goal setting stuff, that seminar. And he was talking about that he wanted to marry for love this time. So we were like, well, what this time?
Yeah.
He's been married before, ladies. So he was married once before and had been divorced for however long. And so that's how I knew he was single and very cute, and very driven as far as business went. I thought that was great. So yes, I definitely told my mom and my sisters about him before he made it known that he wanted to date me. But
okay, so let me ask you guys though. All right. Because you did mention that you had been married before. So you were married once before, and you said in your speech, this time I was going to marry for love. So the last time, since you said that, I would assume you did not marry for love. You married more for business, work. Is that a fair question?
Gratification. It was. I was a different person then. I'll say. I was younger. What I wanted out of a relationship at that stage of my life was different from what I really wanted.
Yes.
There's material things. There's other things that we kind of put in front of things that we probably should when we were younger and we haven't had the life experiences. And that was definitely what I did at that age.
Totally get it. All right. So he hands you his business card. You guys meet for the first time. At that moment, did you know, Kristin, at that moment that this is someone pretty special? Like, did you know?
So one of the things that we did pretty quickly was, given what he does for a living, he works in the fitness field, but he does something really specific. And I had back surgery at 17.
Oh, bless your heart.
He actually really helped me a lot, and, so that was another reason I was worried if I ever had kids, given that I had back surgery. I didn't know if I'd be able to have kids, just so many things with that.
And you guys have two beautiful, amazing children.
All cylinders I didn't even know I wanted, right? Like I had a list, and the Penn State thing, that was just a plus. He had family that lived in the same small town outside of Philadelphia, still living there. I had family living in the same small town. We had both lived in the same town at some point, vacationed in the same state, things like that, just growing up. So I think I was, the fact that I met you at a seminar where you were wanting to create what you wanted out of your life, I think I was pretty done. I think I was cooked early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why did you need back surgery?
I had a herniated disc and sciatic pain for about 1.5 years when I was in high school. And some people said that it was because of just life at the time. There was a lot going on. And so yeah, my back went out, and it was very, very painful. And then after trying a bunch of stuff, I didn't know about muscle activation techniques at the time, but after trying a bunch of things at the time, they recommended surgery. And I was really fortunate about the surgeon that I had, and but nobody really was operating on kids that young. So I had a great surgeon. I had back surgery, and now I married a guy that can keep me
healthy.
Together. That's right. That's right.
Fit and healthy. Wow. Okay. So then, but you guys did not start to date right away then, right? Because Kevin, you made it.
I was very proud of myself. So I had started working with a coach, pretty around the same time when I moved to Tampa. Mm-hmm. And I think I was doing a lot of work on myself to say, I do want to be in a relationship. I want it to be an exclusive relationship. I want to get married. I don't think I was sold on kids yet, but now we have a couple. So glad we do.
6 and 3. They're adorable. How old were you at this time too? How old were you at this time, would you say?
So 10, 12, 26-ish.
Okay.
26 or 27.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, yeah, so I think that once I decided what I wanted, I was proud of myself. I let him know, I understand we're working together. I understand you don't want to mix business with pleasure was the phrase he kept using, which I totally respected. And I would honor that. At the same time, I told him I thought he was really cute. I said, I just have to say it because I think you're so cute. And yes, we can keep working together. So do you want me to tell them what you said?
Tell us.
He said, yeah, thank you so much for saying that. I had a similar conversation with someone else last week, so I know that it can take a lot to say that. And I said,
no way.
Friend zone. Yes. So I did not know when he had switched over to the
romantic side. Well, let's ask Kevin that then. When did you switch over to the romantic side?
I think just the more time we spent together. Like I said, we went on a bunch of work dates, if you will. And we were meeting, a few times a week, and just the more I got to know her. And the more I grew, I was doing a lot of work on myself at that point.
You started working with our coach.
Yeah, and I started working with the coach that Kristin was working with. I think it wasn't any change over there. It was me maturing and realizing what I wanted out of life. That had me realize, okay, this amazing person is in my life. Like I don't need to continue to look. Like she's right here.
That's so romantic.
I invited her over for a movie.
That's so romantic.
He was in the bedroom.
Don't you love it?
That's the story.
How long had the friendship been going on until that revelation?
Probably
a few months.
3 months? Yeah, 3 months or so.
So
pretty quick.
Yeah. And then did you guys date for a long time before you got married?
No, next weekend.
No. So he had told all of his family that he wanted to marry me. And they, especially with the first marriage, I think they thought you were kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we moved in together quickly, which I think all of our parents thought we were crazy.
What's quickly? Because, people always have these type of questions. What is defined as quickly? Like within weeks?
A few weeks after we got romantic, I would say.
It was pretty quick. I mean, October, I had moved, July, August, September, October. I hadn't even been in Tampa for 3 months yet.
Wow. And so you moved in, and then how long after that was it before you got engaged?
So, okay, no, longer. Yes. Because so he's been married once before, and I've been engaged a couple times before. So
a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A couple times. Yeah. You were number 3, and I married you.
3 times the charm, right?
Right. So he, the big joke was, we passed our 1-year dating anniversary. Again, he had told all of his family early on. We were even creating like what would we want our marriage to look like, as far as like what, creating what you want. And then he kept messing with me. He said, you've been engaged, you've been proposed to twice. I've proposed to someone else once. It's your turn to propose to me, and all of your family agrees. And I said, no, because we would go on these like wonderful, we like camping. We like going outdoors a lot. And so we would go camping, and Kevin would look up at the stars. I'm like, oh, he's going to do it. And he would say, it is such a beautiful night. I love you so much. This would be a great time for you to propose to me. And I'm like, what is going on? So it was a while. I don't know, a year and a half or
really?
so
Was it
after.
that long? Well,
yeah.
Okay.
And then, but Penn State played in the Outback Bowl. So we had tickets to go on New Year's Day in whatever, 2010.
Yeah.
And we went or no, 2011, I guess. And we had, we parked nearby.
You gotta tell about.
Okay.
We parked in the stripping lot parking lot.
Strippers.
No way.
Yeah, so I actually was proposed to in a strip club parking lot, and I said yes. And then we went into the game.
Were you? Okay, that's hilarious.
Well, I tried to leave that part out for years, like, oh, we went to the Outback Bowl. Like, oh, did he do it on the fifth? Did he do it on the Jumbotron? Did he do it on the field? No, he did it in the parking lot at the strip club before we went in. And, so us.
Were you surprised? Were you really surprised that when you finally proposed?
I don't know if I was surprised. I think I was surprised that you were nervous.
I was.
You were nervous, which you didn't admit to for a while after. Yeah. But it was very cute. He was very sweet. I mean, he wrote it out.
Oh,
he's good with his words, and so, but he wrote it out, and he had a diamond that had been passed down to him from his grandmother. So we made a ring out of that, it was very sweet.
That is so sweet. All right, we're going to go to a break. We're going to come back because I want to talk to you guys too about falling in love with each other and working with each other, the advice that you give to other couples on that. Okay, so we'll be right back. I'm Sarina Fazan, and like most people, my skin is a priority. When you look good, you feel good. That's why I turned to South Tampa Dermatology, a full-service medical and cosmetic dermatology practice. Dr. Flynn and her dream team offer the products, services, and procedures I need to keep my skin healthy so I can perform at my very best, and they can do the very same thing for you. It's affordable, and your confidence is priceless. Just head to stderm.com or call 813-872-9551 to make an appointment. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to On the Record. I'm here with Kristin and Kevin Votta. 10 years they'll be married coming this October the 1st, right? Okay, so you guys so you love each other clearly. You have two beautiful children, 3 and 6 years old. So sweet. But you guys work together as well?
We do, yes. Not as much as we had when we were first dating and married, but yes.
But talk to us about that. Talk to us about, because both of you are entrepreneurs and, built a beautiful life together and businesses together. In fact, Kevin, we met because Kristin is launching a book that's so exciting, and you wanted us to do her marketing package, which is the greatest gift. Honestly, so creative, husband of the year, as we talked about. But as young people who have been striving and thriving in business and being in love, what advice do you guys have for people out there?
Well, he's not that young.
Yeah.
I think, no. So in the beginning,
and give us the name of your businesses. Give us the name of your businesses too, please.
So Kevin, when I met him, he had Better Body Fitness, right? And then soon after we started working together, I had come from more of a operational background. I'd worked at a management consulting firm right out of college and did almost everything on the support side, on account management and everything on that side. So I was able to help him kind of put in some structures as far as the business goes. And then I'll never forget, he asked me one time if I would ever want to train people as a personal trainer.
She was insulted.
I was such a snob. I really was like, no, I don't want to do that. I
have a degree.
But yeah, well, no, because what he does with the MAT has took him so long to get that level. So I did, but I got my first certification. I trained my first client.
Good for you.
I thought, wow, this could be my way to make a difference. It's the same as coaching people. It's just, you're also moving. You're also getting fit as well. So we worked together, and that whole time, to be honest, we had other things in place to kind of figure out how we were going to work together. We had our coach. So I had individual coaching calls, he had individual coaching calls, and then we had group coaching calls. So in a month, it was a lot. We put in a lot of work.
Yeah, that was the key. I think from the beginning of the relationship, we had viewed each other, even before we were married. When we first started dating, we viewed each other as husband and wife instead of just, let's go on this ride and see where it takes us. So instead of, me getting into an argument with my girlfriend, no, that was me getting into an argument with my future wife. And I think having that in place and having a coach, without a coach or as a sounding board, and to give us not even really direction, because that's not the style of coaching, just kind of just shining a light on those areas that we didn't want to take a look at in ourselves. Mm-hmm. That made all the difference in the world.
So then, do you agree then? Well, I would imagine you agree. Right, Kristin? That was such a great perspective, though, when Kev, you were talking about, you viewed it as a marriage, from the very beginning, a lifelong partner.
Yes, and we both have, our kids have 9 grandparents because of divorces and remarriages and divorces and remarriages. So there's a lot of love in our family. So to come together and want to make a marriage work, we came with a lot of preconceived notions about a lot of things that we wanted, and probably a longer list of things we didn't want. You had been married once before, so there was more there, So one of the agreements we made to each other early on was that we would always be forwarding ourselves in some way. So Kevin's a phenomenal coach. He's a great consultant and coach, but I don't want him telling me what I should, that I didn't do something I promised, because I'm not always delightful when someone calls me out on something. So we have, we figure out how we want to interact with each other, and the rest of it, we farm out. We give to other people to do. And we've been with the same coach now for 11 years, ebbs and flows. Sometimes I took a break for a couple years there, maybe a year, and you were talking to him weekly. Now you talk to him monthly. I talk to him weekly. So it's really kind of figuring out what we need and want, but using each other the way we want to use each other, if that makes sense. And that's very individual. Just because we do it one way doesn't mean that all relationships should be that way. Mm-hmm. But I think we kind of worked that out. So now we've got parenting calls too, because that's
next level.
Rough. I mean, in a wonderful way. I love my kids. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So would you guys recommend then coaches?
I mean, yes. I've also been in therapy. I loved therapy. I love seminars. Seminars were really helpful. I think that to have something outside of the relationship where you're growing, I think can just be and it can even be together. Do it together, but don't be each other's partner would be my recommendation. Don't coach each other, because in the beginning we did, and it was great and cute. And then for us, we weren't as cute. So, and that, again, that's what works for us, where we can kind of share with each other and work out things that we need to together, but he doesn't get my wrath, which is adorable, I think, but he might not. So
I was thinking adorable.
No, but I get upset sometimes, and I want to share that with him, but I don't want to get it like all over him. I don't want him to be at the other end of me being really upset about something. Mm-hmm. So
this is such great advice, guys. Kristin, I know we're not revealing too many details right now, but can you tell us a little bit about the book and the Votta Group your business?
Yes. So, so to back up just a tad, so fitness tech, well, Better Body Fitness, and then we acquired Fitness Tech, right? Mm-hmm. And we were working together then. And then we had our first daughter. Mm-hmm. And then I went back into the consulting world because my my stepmom said, you know, do you want to go back into this? And I was really glad that I did. And a few jumps around later, I started my own firm.
Good for you.
Almost 2.5 years ago now. Oh my gosh, almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
So the Votta Group, it was Votta Coaching and Consulting. And then over time, sometimes I take on other coaches and consultants that they just really impressed me. And we worked together and helped each other. And then at some point, they went and led with their own brand. And so right now, the Votta Group is me and my husband. And while he's mostly operating fitness tech still, there are still some times where I ask him if he can coach certain people. You know, he's just a very great coach, and he never talks about it. Yeah. So the Votta Group, I've been doing seminars online to get the word out about this. I created an exercise. It's called the Votta exercise because my married name was a cool name as far as when it came to creating a tool. So
what was it?
So Rink is my maiden name.
Oh,
and that it's a neat name, but it doesn't mean anything neat when it comes to creating some kind of tool for training and development or leadership development. But Votta, apparently, which I didn't know, in Icelandic means to bear witness, to attest, to certify. So
that's amazing.
I kind of took that and ran as far as there are things that you can witness, other people can witness. How are you viewing things? How do you want to be viewed? And so I've been using these tools that I put together for the last 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. And then another thing that was really sweet, Husband of the Year, by the way. So when I was so excited, we have certain agreements when it comes to spending money, which I'm sometimes really great about. And so one of the things was, writing this book was a big deal for us. And so I came with him with my plan and with my, request to do it. And he said yes really, really easily. And I thought, well, that was easy. And then he told me that he had already talked to our friend Karen, who's a ghostwriter, publisher, business owner who's been doing this. He said, I already talked with her. I was going to give it to you as a gift. And I started crying. I thought that was so sweet.
That is.
And then he started crying because he was so happy because he said, yay, you're happy. Like I gave you a gift and you're paying for it by yourself. So this is the best ever. I think that when the book comes out, my hope is that it's able to reach more people and that more people are able to see that you really can create results that weren't predictable. Mm-hmm. And that, when I first started writing it, it was a little bit more autobiographical, which it's not now, but I was going to call it like, I'm a jerk, now let me coach you, which I'm not calling it that. This is way more about the results and the great things that people have been getting. But I can't even tell you the title yet.
I know. We're so excited though. We don't get that scoop yet.
Yeah. So that was another wonderful thing. Kevin has me feel like I really should be. He just has me feel like I'm an amazing person, which is what I think everybody wants in a relationship. It's just really amazing. No matter how uncomfortable I get taking that next step, he is right there, like nudging me lovingly. And that's a gift that I'm incredibly thankful for.
Love your love story. And we can't wait to even share more. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And it did not go past me, your love sign in the back on your bookshelf. I think that's very sweet. See, it says love.
So much love. I have a lot of love back there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's love everywhere. There's love everywhere. Thanks, guys, so much. And that brings us to an end of another episode of On the Record, a Love in America series. Thank you again, Kevin and Kristin Votta, for sharing your story. And thank you for everyone for joining us. You can follow me on all my social media platforms, and you can subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay safe.